Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Alright, so it is Friday evening. I just finished picking the garden and washing everything that I picked. So I'm going to show y'all what I've got. And I'm actually going to weigh this and tell you what I got done. Alright, hang on one second. Look at that. Alright, so I picked a couple of carrots just to see how they were. And not bad. I mean, they've still got a little ways to go. But you see, I picked a lot of the early peas, and I've already cut the stem end off and pulled the string off of them, because it says you can eat the whole thing if you pull that string off. And I did pick a bunch of squash. I did pick them early. Like I said, I'm trying to beat the bugs to them, and a couple of good sized zucchini. And then I dug up 3 of my smallest red potato plants, maybe 4, but I dug up the small ones, and this is what I got. So pause for a second, and I'm going to put them in my little bowl here. You see I've got my scale on the 0, and we're going to see how much I got off of that. All right, there you go. I've got 3 1/4 pounds of red potatoes off of those 3 or 4 little bitty small plants that I dug up. So there should be a lot more red potatoes when I dig the entire raised bed. So let me dump these out of the bowl, and then I'm gonna put the early peas in there and see what I got on there. Alrighty, back to the 0. See, I got another bowl full. So let's put all these early peas in there and see what it weighs. Now, like I said, what I read said the entire bean is edible. So some of them were so fat when I cut the tip off and pulled that string, they're trying to pop open on me. But it's all right. All right, now, I only picked about 1/3 or less of the early peas that were out there. So we've got 1 1/8 pound. All right, that's a meal for a couple people. And I'm not going to worry about weighing the squash and the zucchini. This is the 4th day, maybe 5th day, of picking squash and zucchini, and basically I'm filling up a gallon-size Ziploc bag every day. And I actually took some to work this morning and gave my boss some, because he did not plant a garden this year, and he usually does. So I'm having so many squash and onion, zucchini, even though I'm picking them early so the bugs don't beat me to them, I'm still having a lot of them. So I decided, well, he's good to me. Why not see if I can offer him some fresh, organic raised vegetables. So that's what I did. And I took him a gallon Ziploc bag full that I picked yesterday. And hang on a second, I'm gonna flip this thing back around. All right, guys, I've been talking for 5 to 8 minutes and showing y'all what I did in the raised bed garden, and what all was left, and what plants I pulled. And I just looked down and my camera was still paused. I apologize. So I'm not going to talk about all of it again, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you some of it. I pulled those first 2 carrots right there. That's why I wanted to sample it. They should be a lot more carrots in there, and I'm going to let them get bigger. And you see, I pulled the little plants that were here. I left the ones that were a little bit bigger. Like, I pulled some that looked like that. And that's where I got those potatoes from. So there should be a lot more potatoes left in this raised bed, and a lot of white potatoes. I haven't pulled any of those to test them. There's still squash growing on these plants. See here? So they're still being productive. But when the bugs are taking over and I'm not getting anything out of them, I plan on pulling these plants, and then I will replant something else that maybe those bugs won't like so much in those beds. I've got a few zucchini that'll be ready in a day or 2. There's another one over on the other side. I was talking about the onions. That was the majority of what I talked about. I would like y'all to tell me what to do. I've never grown onions before. And I pulled one little one from here that had got knocked over and looked like it was dying, and one from over here. That's it. There's still a lot of big onions in here. That thing's almost softball size, and there's several other big ones. I don't want them to rot and me lose all my onions, so my boss says the leaves aren't going to die back. I don't know. That's what I read, is when they die back, it's time to pull them. Y'all tell me what to do. Are these onions ready to pull? If so, do I go ahead and pull them now before all this rain we've had this week and gonna get over the weekend rots all my onions? Or what? See, there's still a lot of squash left in there too. Anywho, please let me know whether I should pull those onions or not. And then I showed you, while it was paused, all the early peas that are still on these plants that I did not pull because they weren't quite filled out enough. There is literally hundreds. So I got a little over a pound what I picked earlier, and there's probably, once they're all filled out, 2 or 3, maybe 4 pounds more left on these bushes. So there's quite a few, and I actually said something. I probably should have picked those 2 earlier, but I'll get them later this weekend. All right, so the tomato plants are actually starting to do something, and gosh knows why. But that one was itty bitty, and now it's about 4 inches tall, and it's branching out. So maybe they'll do something, I don't know. So I've got some tomato fertilizer in there that was gifted to me that I may come out and try to boost these tomatoes and get them to grow. Or I've got all those that we planted in those seed trays up there, the peppers and tomatoes, that's going to replace all of these if they don't grow. So I don't know whether to go ahead and just plant those when they get big enough, or keep trying with these. Because there's 2 of these. That one's got a little stem still sticking up, and it's green. This one's got the itty bitty one right there. I'll show y'all. And then this one, nothing ever popped up. So what do I do, y'all? Y'all tell me what you think. Do I need to go ahead and get these bags ready? I do plan on filling them up more with soil. I just got to go get more. But I really enjoy it when my grandson's here and my granddaughter's here to help me in the garden. It's good for them to be outside doing stuff, and it's good for me to pass knowledge on. And I get a lot of knowledge from you guys, so I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna get off here. That sprinkling rain, the drops are getting a little bit bigger, so looks like I'm gonna get more this evening. But I got 8 eggs from the middle pen today and 2 from the Rhode Island Reds. I've been getting about 4 over there, so now we're back down to 2. So I think that extra protein feed did help while they were eating it. It seemed to have boosted their eggs. I was getting 4 or 5, I think, for 2 or 3 days, and now we're back down to 2 because they're back to their regular feed. So I don't know, guys. Y'all tell me. Look at there. Y'all see that red bird? They sure love coming in here getting the corn scratch that I throw out with the wheat and all for the chickens, because Barnyard Mix there is not eating all of it, and I'm not throwing her a bunch, but the blue jays and the redbirds are coming in eating it, and it doesn't bother me at all. So, all right, Sparky's feeder's full. You see how he gets a little bit, then he'll go do something else. Dogs typically will lose weight if there's always feed there. As long as they know it's always there, they won't gorge themselves like they do when you feed them once or twice a day. So, anywho, I appreciate you guys watching around. You see, I look pretty rough. I've been working all day, so I thank y'all very much. The blessings that come to me by you guys watching the channel, commenting, thumbs up, and subscribing really helps amongst the other blessings that come. And I tried to pass a blessing on this morning. I've got those inverters I bought with all those panels and batteries and stuff, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, and I don't need them. And then a friend of mine who's an electrician actually needed an inverter, so I gave one of them to him today, and he's trying to give me something else, and I said, look, bro, that ain't the way friendship works. I didn't ask for nothing. I just brought it to you. So, trying to pass the blessings on, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you. Remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe and be prepared.